Cleaning a Microsoft Natural Ergonomic 4000 keyboard. This is one of the best keyboards for programmers. I read an article saying that running a keyboard through the dishwasher would clean it, but I'm unsure about a keyboard like this which has a faux leather wrist guard. Any suggestions?
I just put my Ergonomic 4000 keyboard through the dishwasher and I'm happy to report it works perfectly. Here's what I recommend. Use the top rack. Face the keys downward. Use little/no soap. Remove before drying cycle. After the washing, I shook it out as best as possible, and then let it sit in a hot room for 3 days. After plugging it back in, everything worked great. I did have a bit of white soap residue on the palm rest that I was easily able to remove with a wet sponge.
Here's a guide that I found useful. Unplug it from the computer. While this might seem obvious, some people might go commando and use the thing while in the process of cleaning it. You've been warned. Smile. Remove, no exaggeration, 21 screws from the underside. Place right side up and wiggle off the faux leather wrist rests. Remove a screw from under each of the newly removed wrist rests. Find a small flathead screwdriver, or some other flat prying object, slide under the front edge of the spacebar and gently give it a twist. The spacebar should pop right out. Set it aside. Remove 2 silver screws and then remove the top cover. Note that this will require some wiggling because there are a few plastic catches sort of holding it in place, such as in front below the F-lock light. If your keyboard is anything like mine was, you'll need to be able to clean under what's left, so remove 4 more screws under where the back and forward buttons normally are along with the metal bar they hold down. Remove the silicone overlays. When placing the spacebar back, remember to start with metal spring inside the spacebar. From this URL.
Putting an electronic keyboard, especially this one, through a dishwasher is not a good idea, unless you want to sell more keyboards. The inside of the keyboard is made up of 3 plastic layers sandwiched together. The top and bottom layers have metal wires laid out like a printed circuit board. The middle layer is an insulator, but with holes that line up with each of the keys on the keyboard. Metal traces on the top and bottom of each hole are separated by air in the thickness of the middle layer of plastic. When a key is not pressed, these metal traces do not touch one another. When a key is pressed, the top layer is pressed down into the hole until the metal trace at the top touches the metal trace at the bottom and completes the circuit. When you let up on the key, the plastic returns to its original position with the metal traces not touching. Now, what happens when you introduce water? The top and bottom layers of plastic do not have any exposed holes near these switches, so water can't enter there. However, the Achilles heel is the edge of the plastic and the alignment holes that go through all 3 layers. When a liquid hits an edge or one of these through holes, the layers of plastic act like a capillary, and draw the liquid between the layers. Everything is still okay, until the liquid finds its way to one of the switch contacts. The liquid can short out a switch contact and it will act as if the key is permanently pressed. Other liquids, for example, the milk that my kids spilled on the keyboard, will wick into the plastic, turn to cheese, and could act as an insulator or a conductor. I tried taking the keyboard apart, peeling apart the 3 layers, which are not fastened to each other, cleaning, drying, and reassembling. It still didn't work, so my kids are splitting the cost of a new keyboard.
I have one and I just hold it upside down and use pressurized air along all the key edges. Cleans out all the little human Levant smile. Unscrewing it though and getting under the keys would be your best method.